show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. You get it in your hands, you can take control. Take control. I'ma show you how to handle it. Pay attention, gotta grip it just right. I'ma show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. You get it in your hands, you can take control. Take control. I'ma show you how to handle it.
It's a great day for
Pay
shooting.
attention,
And
gotta
listen,
grip
in the
it
event
just
that you miss,
right.
blame it on the
I'ma
wind.
show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. You get it in your hands, you can take control. Take control.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey man, we are back on another episode of Firearm Fridays. I am your host, Trigger Train. For those of you who are new to this space, I know y'all see me on the Grown Man Mondays, and I get a lot of flack for not being available to do my show on a consistent basis, and for that I apologize. But let's be honest, I am a what up, what up, what up, what up? Hey man, we are back on another episode of Firearm Fridays. I am your host, Trigger Train. For those of you who are new to this space, I know y'all see me on the Grown Man Mondays, and I get a lot of flack for not being available to do my show on a consistent basis, and for that I apologize. But let's be honest, I am a firearms instructor who works often, and I'm blessed to say that I've been busy lately. I haven't always been busy. And when I wasn't busy and booked to the T, guess what? Your boy had to, I had plenty of time to make sure I did my show and things like that. But those of you who do follow me, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys supporting what it is that I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to keep the community, excuse me, how I'm trying to keep the community protected, and making sure people not only stay safe, but they understand that your personal protection, your safety is your responsibility first before anybody else's. Uh, I'm real big on self defense. I'm a firearms instructor. I'm certified in pistols, rifles, and shotguns. I'm a self defense instructor. I teach Krav Maga and Muay Thai kickboxing, or a combination of the two. I love what I do. I absolutely do. Uh, I love trying to help to keep people safe. I love giving people the confidence that they need to know that they don't have to choose to be a victim. And when you choose not to prioritize that, that's exactly what you're doing. You're choosing to be a victim. Um, Today's show is uh, more of what I'm always saying, more of the things that I'm trying to say. There's a video that's been going around. I shared it on my personal social media page. Um, and I saw some people share it from my social media page, but I wanted to give a chance to just kind of talk about it, dive into it, and do some other things. Okay. So I'm gonna find this video, get this queued up real quick so that you guys can check it out. Okay. Everybody take a listen.
I think I've been arrested about 7 times. But on one instance, I went to jail for domestic violence twice in one day. And I went to jail. Then I went and found her and beat her up for calling police on me. And then went back again. All in one night.
So did any of the women like get restraining orders or protection orders against
Oh, that
you?
don't mean nothing to me. Restraining order ain't nothing but a piece of paper. That ain't gonna stop me from doing nothing. It ain't over till I say it's over.
Like many former abusers, Charles says he was violent because he'd developed the view that men should be in charge of women.
I never considered myself a woman beater, per se, because I didn't just hit women for nothing. I figure if I had a reason, then it was just not being a woman beater. It was justified. It was corrective actions. Just trying to get some compliance.
How many women did you do this to?
I don't mean to laugh at the situation. It pissed me off because at the end he's sitting over there like wiping his face as if he was wiping like a tear off or something, and there was nothing coming out of his eyes. Okay, um, and if you listen to this man speak, he wasn't speaking in the past tense. He didn't say, you know, a restraining order didn't mean anything to me. He said it doesn't mean anything to me. Like he's talking in the present tense. Now I don't know this guy. I don't know his story completely. All I have is this little snippet. But this is a guy who is saying to you, "Hey, I have abused women. This is how I move. This is what I do, and I don't give a damn about your restraining order. I don't care about you calling the police. I don't care what it is to do. If I'm going to get you, I'm going to get to you." And it's an unfortunate situation. It's something that I hate to see, um, and it's kind of one of the things that fuels why I do what I do. It fuels it. Give you guys just a little bit of background about myself. I am the child of a domestic abuse survivor. Okay, um, a lot of people see me now, and they see the adult version of me. They see 6'2". They see, teetering around 300 pounds. They see black belt in, martial arts. They see firearms instructor. They see my targets. They say, oh, this guy can really shoot and all the things. And they think that I guess nobody's ever messed with me or my family, or I'm a very capable person of handling myself. And here's the thing: all that is true now, all that is true today. But let's go back to me being 10 years old. I remember being 10 years old. My mom was dating this guy, and this guy, he's put his hands on my mom a few times. And those of you, especially here in Galveston County, those of you who knew me back in school, I wasn't a big guy. I was tall, but I wasn't big. I grew up tall and skinny. I've made quite the turnaround, obviously. But I grew up tall and skinny. And as a kid, I was just this little scrawny, nerdy looking kid with glasses. Um, but this guy would, get upset. And here's the thing: I was a child. I don't know what this guy was upset about. I don't know what fueled him to behave in the manner in which he did. I'm only giving you guys my experience and what it looked like through the lens of a 10-year-old boy. Okay. But this guy, one particular night, I remember this guy was, him and my mom were fighting. And he was hitting on my mom. And I was always like the only boy. I was always the only boy. I had my mom and I had my little sister. And my mom raised me to be a protector. My mom raised me to, look out for your little sister. Don't let nobody mess with her. Don't, just you got to be the man or whatever. So this grown man is fighting on my mom, and I was gonna do something, right? And the only thing that I could think of to do was to call the police, right? Now here's the thing: we didn't have a house phone at the time, so what I thought I was gonna do was I grabbed a couple quarters off of the dresser, and I was gonna run out the front door, right down the block to the payphone, call the police, and have them come and get this guy off my mom, right? Nobody told me that you don't need quarters to dial 911, right? As far as I knew, you needed quarters for the payphone. But at that time, that's what I did. So I grabbed a couple quarters off of the dresser. I remember running down the hallway as my mom and this guy are fighting. And as I'm running down the hallway, this guy jumps in front of me, right? Towering over me, huge guy. Well, and here's the thing. Now today, like given my stature today, I don't think he's all that big. Like I haven't seen this guy probably since I was 10 years old. But to again, I'm looking through the lens of my 10-year-old self. I'm looking at this guy, he jumps in front of me and then he punches me in my face. Yes. Yes. This grown man punched my 10-year-old ass in the face and sent me flying down the hallway. So I remember being off my feet, gliding through the air. My hands were knocking the pictures off the walls and all the things. He punched me in my face, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember a lot after that. Um, I don't know if he knocked me out. I don't know. I could have been in shock. Um, I just remember getting hit. That's it. That's pretty much all I remember. Um, I kind of wonder. To my knowledge, that guy is still alive. And sometimes I wonder, how, because I don't know. Again, I was young. This was 30 years ago. But I think about that time. I think about the time. I think about how I felt that day. I think about how helpless I felt to help my mom, to protect anybody in the family. Like here this guy is doing the things that he was doing, and essentially I couldn't do nothing about it. I couldn't even go call the police. And I hate being in that situation. And I think a lot of times, like I said, people see me or they see my ads, or they see my classes, or they see the videos I post, and they think that this type of stuff won't happen to them, right? Or they think that it never happened to me. And it blows my mind because this type of stuff absolutely happens. It happens every day. I've had times in my own personal life where I've seen violence. I've had a front row seat to very violent encounters. Um, Ones that I had to witness and ones that I was a part of. Some of them that I'm not proud of. It's why I do what I do. It's why I teach people the things that I do. It's why my women's self defense class is one of my favorite classes to teach, right? Because the truth of the matter is, a guy like me, if I wanted to beat you up, if I wanted to hurt you, essentially there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't mean that to be crass or to be ugly or any of that stuff. If I made it my mission that I'm going to beat you up or I'm going to hurt you, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Um, I don't like. I think that women should never fight men. I know there's a lot of ladies out here. They say the things they're like, "Oh, I wish a guy would this, and this. I fight dudes too." All the things that they say. They say a lot of stuff, but the truth of the matter is, you're not designed for that. You're not designed to fight men. You truth be told, you're not gonna win, right? And in the event that you do win, I'm sorry to tell you, it's because that man allowed you to win. There's a reason why we are naturally bigger, naturally stronger, bigger muscles, faster. Like we're all of these things because we are designed for those things. You aren't. It's the reason why there's a women's sports thing, and the men are separate. Like because the playing field is uneven. The playing field is uneven if you put them against each other directly. Even in martial arts, even in Krav Maga, when I'm teaching women Krav Maga, I don't teach them to stand there and go toe to toe with a man. I can generate more force. Even if we both threw a punch at each other's face, my punches are going to hurt you more than your punches are going to hurt me. Can you hurt me? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can hurt me, but I can take more of yours than you can take of mine. You're not designed to stand there and go toe to toe. It's stupid. It is the most asinine thing. I had a friend of mine tell me, uh, I let me preface it by saying this. I've always tried to teach my children, my daughters especially, like don't put your hands on men. Like don't do that. That's not your job. Because if you put your hands, you put yourself in a man's space, then you're consenting for them to treat you as if they would a man. And the truth of the matter is, some of these guys, I won't call them men, but some of these guys, they might not necessarily have the emotional maturity and the fortitude to remain calm under certain situations, to properly assess certain situations. When tempers are flaring and emotion is high, people can tend to act out. I'm guilty of this as well. Like I've been in a situation where I was completely out of line because I had let my emotions get the best of me. Now, in my older age, I'm much more calmer. In my maturity, I'm much more able to regulate my emotions. Well, I don't like that. Regulate your emotions. Regulate my response to my emotions. But everybody, A, isn't taught that, and B, everybody don't know how to do that because they wasn't given the tools to do that. These are things that needs to be learned. And do you have the people in the spaces to teach you these things? So I've always taught my daughters not to engage in that stuff. That's a dangerous thing to do. My buddy, I feel like this about all women. Women, do not put your hands on men. Men, absolutely don't put your hands on women. But don't put your hands on men thinking, oh, he'll never hit me. Well, let's just respect each other. Let's just keep our hands off each other. That way I'm not reacting. I don't want to react because my reaction is my reaction. But I said all that to say this. I asked my friend one time when he asked me, is it okay for a man to put or for my daughter to hit a man? And my response is, would you pull a tiger by the tail? And he was just like, I know where you're going with this. I mean, here's the truth. This is why women shouldn't hit men. Because if you wouldn't go and pull a tiger by the tail because you know what the response would be, this is why women should not hit men. Men should not hit women. You need to be in control of your emotions. And in a perfect world, that's exactly how it would go. In a perfect world, men would always do the right thing. They would always treat women as the fairer sex. They will always handle situations with poise and grace and masculinity, right? Gentle masculinity. I hope to be that. I hope to be the person who responds like that. And most of the time I can be. Most of the time I can handle myself in a situation. But even me, the guy who says, hey, keep your cool. Hey, be walk away. Even me, I've stepped out of line. Even me, I've lost my temper. Even me, I've acted erratically. So because I know these things can happen, I try to make sure that my students, especially my female students, they put themselves in a position where they can protect themselves. Right? This is why I say training is so important. Training is so freaking important. Not just firearm training, but learn how to get out of something, right? If a guy my size is choking you, how do you get his hands from around your neck? One of the most frustrating things to me is that sometimes I had a lady in one of my classes say, "Well, I'll just kick him in the balls." Ladies, listen up. Listen to me good. Every man walking this earth has been hit in the balls at some point in their life. We know what it feels like. It's a lesson that we learn very early. We know what it feels like to get hit in the balls, so it is extremely difficult to hit a man in the balls. It really is. We don't just sit there and be like, here it is, kick it. I'ma not look. No, we know that we're vulnerable there. So it's extremely hard to just hit us in the balls. That's not something that happens easily. And I try my best to make people understand this, but a lot of times, they don't listen, they don't understand, and that's okay. Whatever. Don't listen to me. Find out the hard way. Here in the county a few weeks back, what was that, at the beginning of the month? Yeah, a few weeks back, we had three women. Three women die um, at the hands of domestic violence. One of the guys, he tried to shoot her a year ago and the gun jammed, so he pistol whipped her. And then here we are a year later, he killed her. And this is after, the police, there was supposed to be a warrant or something for him, and they never picked him up. We get mad at the police, right? And one of my buddies, he commented on my post. He said, that's such a double-edged sword, but respectfully, we want people to violate their rights, right? If I go to jail, I can still bond out. This is very real. So even if I put my hands on you and then you send me to jail, that's cool. I can see the judge, they set the bail. I pay my bail, they got to let me out. What's stopping me from going right back over there and fucking you up again? And I think a lot of times because women aren't in this situation, they don't think about how serious this situation can be, how deadly this situation can be. This is a messed up situation. This is a very dangerous situation. You can't fight me. You can't swing with me. But 5 pounds of pressure on the trigger, you could disable me. Absolutely. I don't like women getting hurt. I don't like that. You don't have to. Prioritize your personal protection. You got to take more than one class. You got to go practice. Go see a professional. Stop thinking that your boyfriend can teach you. Oh my goodness. Do you know how many times I have a lady come in? She's doing a LTC qualification or something like that. And she's like, yeah, I know how to shoot. My boyfriend taught me this. My boyfriend taught me that. She can't load her magazine. Her shots are all over the place. All he showed you was how to pull the trigger. And here's the thing, he didn't show you that right, because if you did that right, your shots would look better. There's a difference between how you shoot and shooting properly. There's such a big difference. I had a classmate of mine. She came and trained with me last weekend. And she said that I came highly recommended by somebody that she trusts. But we sat out there at the range for 2 hours. Me and her going back and forth and working. We just working. And that baby put in some work. Do you hear me? And I respect it. Because she didn't complain or nothing. She did the work. But about halfway through, she say, this ain't easy. I thought this was going to be easy. I said, a lot of people do. A lot of people minimize what it is to properly and effectively and efficiently shoot a firearm. A lot of people do. A lot of people, this is why they can't hit shit. What they do is they'll go and shoot at a big ass B-27 and feel like because they hit that B-27 that they're good enough. those of you who don't know what a B-27 is, give me a second. Let me grab one for you. Hold on, I'm coming. All right. Let's see. Can I get this in the camera? This one right here. Okay. And it's big. I'm gonna see if I can keep it. My green screen washing it out. But this B-27 is huge, right? And if you ever been to a gun range, this is what people go and shoot at. They go and shoot at this big ass target, and they think, "Oh, a motherfucker looked dead to me," not realizing that you didn't learn nothing. You didn't even do anything. You shot at a big ass target, but guess what? It wasn't moving. It wasn't trying to kill you. You was at the range chilling. You got to take your time, shoot it how you want. And even then, you shot like shit. Even then, you shot like shit. Your paper shouldn't look peppered. That's not the sign of a good shooting. Good shooting don't look peppered. Good shooting, all your shots touch each other. Good shooting, you all your shots make one hole. Not looking like you dropped pepper on the whole thing. Not like you shot it with a shotgun. It shouldn't look like that. It's not. You didn't do that right. But there's nobody teaching you the metrics of what good shooting is. There's nobody teaching you how to properly activate that trigger. There's nobody teaching you the relationships and being able to use iron sights. See, we're in this red dot revolution right now where everybody want to use a red dot, and that's fine. I think I like a red dot, right? It makes shooting a little bit easier. If you get it dialed in right, it makes it incredibly easy. But what if your red dot batteries go out? What if your window fogs up? Can you use those iron sights? Do you have good shot placement? These are the things that people don't even take the time to think about. There are 365 days in every single year. You telling me that you can't go 3 to 6 times a year to go do some training? Just in case something fucked up happens. Look at all the shit that you got insurance on, right? Because understand this, there are two things that we see every single day. Every single day, there's two things that we see. Every day we see car accidents for my women to not be a victim, to protect their children. This is the whole reason I became an instructor in the first place. Because I do a lot of training. And a lot of times when I go in there, the instructor don't look like me. He don't come from where I come from. I wanted to be able to give that representation. I wanted people to be able to say, "Oh shit, we got a cool ass black instructor." Yeah. I want to make you comfortable. Come learn what you need to learn. Because you don't get to pick when the bad guy attacks you. The bad guy picks the time, date, and the place. They pick it. You don't get to pick it. Are you ready? Are you truly ready? And I promise you, the people who I see on a daily basis, majority of them, a good 80 to 90% of them are not prepared for what true violence looks like. They're not prepared. Not even remotely. They think they use the ostrich method. If I stick my head in the sand, if I stick my head in the hole in the ground and just wait for it to pass, it doesn't exist. It's not the truth. Women, if you are in an abusive relationship, go get some help. Get away from it. There are women dying out here. They are dying out here. And I'm here to tell you that shit ain't love. That shit is not love. Love is an action word, right? I've said this for years. Love is an action word. Love is something that you do. You do love. Them beating your ass, them punching you in the mouth, them choking you, all that shit, that ain't love. That ain't cool. They might love you, but they're not doing love. And that's not okay. It's never okay. So leave that man immediately before you become a victim. Take your time. Take your time to uh get the resources. You know what? I'm gonna pull up some resources here for y'all. Matter of fact, I think that might work out. Let me pull up some stuff. All right. Um, they got a crisis center over in Galveston. Um, I'll leave these links up somewhere. Probably on my page. Probably go to the Lion Pride page. Lion Pride Firearm Training on Facebook. Lion Pride FT on Instagram. But yeah, there's a resource and crisis center of Galveston County. There's one in Galveston on Galveston Island, and then there's one in League City. You can also go to domesticshelters.org. Okay. UTMB. Um, oh, that's the same one. Excuse me. But there's a bunch. There's a bunch of different resources. A bunch. Uh, a lot of things can happen, man. Listen, dealing with an abusive man can get a CPS case started on you. It can get a CPS case started on you, and I hate that. Like I don't want that for you guys. My name is Adrian Smith. Everybody calls me A Train. You guys can call me A Train or Trigger Train. I'm here to help. I'm here to train you. I'm here to remind you not to be a victim. Now, I'm not saying you got to go be Billy Badass. That's not what I'm trying to. That's not what I'm trying to teach you. I'm not here to teach you to go and step up and try to fight every fight. I'm here for when the bullshit is unavoidable. I'm here for when you got no other choice that you have to defend yourself. Because I don't want to see y'all lose y'all lives to some asshole who didn't want to walk away, who didn't want to leave you alone. It ain't for that. I teach everything, man. I teach pistols, rifles, shotguns. I teach basics. I teach intermediate. I teach advanced. I've been going at it here for about 35 minutes or so. Uh, y'all can look me up on all my pages. Like I said, Lion Pride, Firearm Training on Facebook, Lion Pride FT on Instagram. LionPrideFT.com is the website, or you could just Google Lion Pride Firearm Training. Right? It'll bring up all my information there. I appreciate y'all coming to my talk. Um, let's do better, y'all. Let's do better. Men, do better. Go get the help you need. Go talk to whoever you need to talk to. Go get the help. Go get the counseling. Go get the help you need. Women, hell, you do the same. But also, don't stay in a situation where you're being abused. Not emotionally, not physically. Don't stay in it. I don't want that for you. It's dangerous. Everybody, come see me. Come see me. Come do the training. Ladies, get your license to carry. There's a bunch of people who tell you you don't need a license to carry in Texas. There's so many reasons why you should get a license to carry, and there are absolutely no reasons why you shouldn't. Every time somebody tell me, "Oh, well, you don't need a license to carry in the state of Texas," I ask them, "What benefits do you have for not getting a license? What are the benefits?" I need to know. I have yet to. The best thing that somebody could tell me is, "Well, I don't have to sit through a 4-hour class." That's it. That's the only benefit is that, oh, I didn't sit through a 4-hour class. That's crazy. Because although, and I want to use my verbiage, I want to use I want to make sure the vocabulary that I use is very intentional. It when people say, it's the rhetoric around it. When people say you don't need a license to carry in Texas, it makes it seem as if the shit that I do is not it's not useful, and I'm just going for a money grab. Here's the thing: I'm one of the cheapest people to get your shit from. I'm one of the cheapest. This is God's honest truth. One of the cheapest. It's not a money grab. See, because it's not that you don't need a license. The requirement for a license was removed. That is true. But with that removal of the requirement, you guys are still responsible for knowing the gun laws. You're still responsible for knowing the laws that are associated with having and carrying a firearm. So not just carrying it, but just to have a gun, you still got to know the laws that are associated with it. Ignorance is no defense of the law. You still have to know these things. Well, here's my question. Where do you learn these things? Where do you learn the laws? There's a 4-hour class that teaches you the laws that are associated with carrying a gun. You just refuse to take it. You could take the shit online. You ain't even got to come to the actual class. You could take it online. It's probably more fun in one of my classes than online, but the information's there. Did you know? Did you know that it is illegal to drive through a school zone with a gun in your car if you are not licensed to carry? Galveston, uh, Galveston Island, it seemed like every few blocks you driving through a school zone. These are the things that people don't know. Me with a license, I can walk right up to the door of that school. Open carry, you can see it. I can walk right up to the door, and that's 100% legal. Now, the truth of the matter is, my black ass ain't doing that. I'm not walking with an open carry gun up to the door, but it's legal. These are the things that I think people don't necessarily understand. James Harden. James Harden went to jail last month. James Harden went to jail last month because he went to jail for unlawful carry, and everybody went crazy. Oh, you don't even need a license in this state. I don't know why they took him to jail. They took him to jail because he fucking broke the law. This is pretty fucking simple. And he broke a law that's been a law for years. Like it's always been the law. Can't ride around with your gun in plain sight if you don't have a license. Can't ride around with your gun out of a holster. You got to be in a holster. This is plain shit. So the people who get all up in arms, it make me laugh because it's like you're gonna land up in jail too because you don't even know the laws. You got to know these things. You have to know the laws. You still go to jail even if you don't know the laws. So why not go learn the laws? It's crazy to me. It's crazy that people just refuse. Why? It's okay. There's a ton of other things too. You're right. What's a class A misdemeanor? What's a class C misdemeanor? I say this to people all the time. Let's say you wake up or when to use deadly force. When you can and cannot use deadly force. People really don't understand that. People do not understand what can be just. Understand this much. Under every circumstances, okay? Under every single circumstance, it is against the law to shoot somebody. 100% of the time. And I know some of you probably, one or two things. I got people over here who disagree with me because they don't know shit. Or I got somebody over there being like, what you mean it's against the law? Under every circumstance, it is against the law to shoot somebody. It is legal to buy a gun in Texas. It is legal to carry a gun in Texas. It is legal to possess a gun in Texas. It is always illegal to shoot somebody. Go look at it. We don't, if you go look up crimes where people quote unquote got off, they don't say, oh, that was legal. They say it was justified. That's very different than illegal. We're talking about the justifiable taking of a life. That means it was justified, not legal. Case in point, let me give you an example. If you are traveling, right, let's say you and your loved one, right, your wife, your kid, whatever it may be, y'all driving down the street, y'all going get ice cream or some shit, right? And all of a sudden, while you're driving, your loved one starts to experience a medical emergency, whatever that may be. In the event that they start experiencing that a medical emergency, are you gonna continue to drop the speed limit? Or are you gonna be driving your ass off? Are you going to stop at every stop sign and red light? Or are you going to blow through some of those like it ain't shit? Right? Because at that point, you're putting life over law. And that's the difference. That's when conduct can be justified. And here's the thing I want to tell you guys. You got to prove that. You drop a body, you have to prove self-defense. You know how they say, oh, well, you're innocent until proven guilty. Well, you're innocent until you get convicted, technically, because you don't have a conviction. But you have to go to court and prove you acted in self-defense. People come to my classes all the time and they want black and white. They be like, so Train, if let's say, and then they give me some story, and I have to look at them because they want a black and white answer. They want a yes, you're justified, or no, you're not justified. Maybe. That's the answer they get from me. Maybe. Given the information that I have, maybe. Okay, given the information that I have, nah, fam, I don't see you getting off on that one. The area of self-defense is always gray. It's never black and white. Like, stop thinking that. It's always gray. And then on top of that, I had a cop buddy of mine. A cop buddy of mine say to me, he said, you don't want to find yourself in front of a jury because the only people on the jury are people who were too stupid to get out of it. What is it? Too stupid to not know how to get out of it, or some shit like that. And when he said that, it kind of blew my mind because I was like, damn, I'm 40 years old. I ain't never been to jury duty. I've always found a way to get out of it. That's crazy. So when he said that, I was just like, yeah, those are not the people that I want determining whether I go to jail or not. That's wild. That wasn't even my words. This a cop telling me this. Well, shit. So these are the things I want y'all to think about. These are the things that I want you like dive into it. Go take a class. Bro, the thing that pissed me off is for the last year and a half, last year and a half, since yeah, about the last year and a half, since the top of 2025, I was doing free classes. I was doing free classes that talk about the use of deadly force, the aftermath of the self-defense situation, what to say to the police, how to contact your attorney, what you need to look for. I was doing these things. I was doing them for free. And you know what y'all was doing? None of y'all was coming. None of y'all was coming. None of y'all was pulling up. I mean, I had some people pulling up, but it wasn't the people who follow me. The people who follow me wasn't coming. That's wild to me. So now the company, they cutting back on those. Now those free classes not existing no more. I got 2 this whole month. I used to try to do I used to try to do 10 to 12. I got 2 this month. They cutting back on them significantly. I got 2, and none of them in the county. Not one of them. I used to do like 6 in the county a month. All because y'all wouldn't come learn. I went out there and I brought the shit to you. I brought it to you. And y'all wouldn't come. It's okay. It ain't too late. It's only too late when you're dead. But what I don't want is I don't want you guys to be reactive. I want you to be proactive. I want you to be proactive in the sense that you start planning for the worst day of your life before you ever get to the worst day of your life. This is a what if plan. This is okay, everything went to shit. Let's fix it. Let's fix it before it ever happens. We are being proactive, not reactive. I hate when I try to get somebody to come and train with me or do something, and they be like, nah, I'm gonna come see you. I just ain't got enough time. This, and this, and that. Then boom, something happened, right? Boyfriend get the tripping, some creepy guy stalking them, somebody grabbed them wrong. Now they're beating down my door like, train, I need to get with you quick. When you available? Can you get with me this weekend? Well, nah, I'm booked all this weekend. What about next weekend? Let me look. I'm booked next weekend too. Well, when you available again? Shit, September. Damn, you can't fit me in? Unfortunately, no, because these people book with me. They already paid me. They're getting ahead of theirs. And I hate having to tell you that, especially after you experience something. But I'm trying to tell y'all now, this shit is real. These threats are just outside the door. Are they gonna get you every day? Absolutely not. If you are in fear of doing this of getting attacked every single day, if you're in fear of it, you need to move. 100% you need to move. I'm saying have a healthy respect for the world and know that the world is a fucked up place. I'm talking to men and women. I ain't just talking to the women. I'm talking to everybody. Know that the world is a fucked up place. Men, you got a family, you got kids. You need to know how to protect your family. You need to know what to do in the event that you need to protect your family. Not just on a physical side, but even on the legal side, even on a financial side. Because to my men, let's be honest. If you, let's say, let's say you, somebody tries to come and attack you at home and you defend the house and you kill the dude. Even if you kill this dude, right? What happens if they charge you with murder? You're going to jail. There's a guy in Big Spring, Texas, named Joel Flores. Let me pull it up for you. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna let y'all go. Ain't no video to this one. I used to have a video. I can't never find nothing. But Joel Flores, see if I can find it. Is this it? Okay, I found it. All right, let me see. Can I get this all set up? Okay. Gotta click all the buttons. um. All right, here we go. So, check it out. So what you're telling me is this dude Lozano, or whatever his name is, broke into his house armed. Right? He was armed. His dude broke into his house, had a gun. Joel Flores shot him, but he being charged with murder. Dang, what happened? I don't know what happened there. I apologize. But that's crazy to me. You know, that blows my mind because how I get charged with murder and this dude was breaking into my house with a gun. But I think a lot of times a lot of people don't necessarily understand that, right? They don't understand how messed up the law can be. So going back to my original point, gentlemen, if somebody breaking into your house and you shoot them and they get charged with murder, by the way, this story that I just told y'all about, this happened in January. This happened in January. We are here now in July, and Joel Flores is still in jail. He couldn't afford to bail out. You think that this man still, do you think his job's still waiting on him? You think his house still waiting on him? Do you even have a plan for if that type of shit happens? What do you do? I've tried to give everybody the answers. I try to help everybody with a plan of what to do when for the worst day of your life. Nobody listening. I hate that for y'all. Listen, I'm accessible, okay? You can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, you can Google me, find all my contact information. I'm accessible. Call me, let's talk. Let's train. Let's prepare for the worst day of our life. Okay? I'm out here doing my best I can to create more lions, not sheep. Don't fear the lion in the field. Be the lion in the field. My name is A-Train, Adrian Smith. This has been another episode of Firearm Friday.
I'ma show you how to handle it. Pay attention, gotta grip it just right. I'ma show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. As you get it in your hands, you can take control. Take control. I'ma show you how to handle it. Pay attention, gotta grip it just right. I'ma show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. As you get it in your hands, you can take control. Take control. attention,
And
gotta
listen,
grip
in the
it
event
just
that you miss,
right.
blame it on the
I'ma
weed.
show you how to handle it. You know how to squeeze it by the end of the night. I'ma show you how to handle it. You gotta know how to protect your life. You get it